Hey everyone, and welcome to the first public episode of Technology Today. In this episode, I'll be talking about the iPhone 5S and iOS 7. So to get started with the iPhone 5S, we have the lock screen. And with this phone, I can put my fingerprint here and it will unlock the phone. And you can use any fingerprint on your hands. You can put multiple ones in like this. So just go to Settings, General, Passcode and Fingerprint, put your passcode in, and go to Fingerprints. You can choose Passcode Lock and iTunes and App Store. The iTunes and App Store will allow you to use your fingerprint to purchase products from the iTunes or App Store. You can also add a fingerprint, which you can add multiple ones, like I said. So all you do is place your finger on the pad, it'll come up, put it on repeatedly, and so on. And you put it in multiple ways so it can get a more accurate view, so it doesn't create so many errors when you try and unlock your phone. Anyway, it's using iOS 7. And because I'm using AirPlay, you can't see the parallax, but that's got an effect on when I move the phone like that. Another great feature of iOS 7 is you can slide up and bring up this control center. It allows you to choose options such as airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, do not disturb, and screen rotation lock. And also gives you multimedia controls, brightness, sound level, and AirDrop. AirDrop allows you to basically send contacts, send pictures, files, videos to another iPhone. And you can choose to have it off with only your contacts and everyone around you. That requires the Bluetooth to be turned on. Next to AirDrop is AirPlay, which is currently on now. So I can choose to mirror it to a television or an Apple TV and see it up on the screen. There's also stuff like flashlight, you can turn that on. It's very convenient. I think we've got compass. Actually no, it's stopwatch actually. And we've got the calculator and the camera, which can be accessed basically from anywhere. Especially the lock screen if you don't unlock the phone. With the camera, we can do filters now. You can do live filters. So you can choose to take a picture like that. You can do a video. Or you can even do a slow motion video now, which is basically recording it at 60 frames per second instead of the regular 30. And I think it's 720 for that one. You can now do square photos, and like the iPhone 5 did before, you can do panoramas. So looking at the photos, here's a picture I took with the flash. Now the flash is a true tone flash, so it allows you to have a better view basically. So with that, it shadows around the picture, and yeah. Here's a macro photo. Here's another one. Here's a tree. More. And another macro photo. So the good thing about this Photos app is, well, that's my camera roll. This is actually a camera still. So if I go into photos, it will tell me where I've taken the photos, like these are moments, and so on. So I can zoom out and that will say Sydney. It's an area. Or I can go out to years and just browse through it like that. And yeah, so you can just scroll through that. And I can look geographically where I've taken those photos on a map through Apple Maps integration. You can also do photo streams where you can share pictures and let other people put their pictures in with yours. So basically sharing it all together, and like usual you have albums. And so the navigation center, or the notification center, is still pretty much the same. It's a little more transparent than it was before. And you can access that from the lock screen or the home screen. Or anywhere really. Like the control center, which I can just bring up at any time. So the music app has actually changed a little bit. You can choose your songs by going through the cover flow basically. There's no iTunes Radio in Australia, so I can't show you that. And, well, it's changed a little bit. I think it changed a bit more. You can do playlists. You got pictures of the albums now. Songs, yeah. It's all that stuff. Anyway, I can close apps like this now. You just flick it away and it's gone. You can go back to the home screen. So apart from this, they've also changed something like Siri. Now Siri was introduced first in the 4S. Now this is the 5S. So what they've done is they've allowed you to choose multiple voices. This is, well, it depends what country in really, because I think the Australian one is just United Kingdom. So if I do this, what's the weather like today?
The weather's looking good today, up to 26 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, so it shows you the weather like it did before. But it's transparent and you can still compose messages like you could before. And with your iMessages, it has changed a bit. So if you have a picture, they'll still have that there. You can see what the time is by just swiping it to the left. And you'll notice that there's no more edit button, so you can't, it doesn't look like you can delete messages, but you still actually can. All you do is hold, well, not the number, you hold the speech bubble, as long as it doesn't have a number or anything, and you can do copy or more. Now more will let you delete the messages. That's particularly helpful when you're trying to send a message, it's not sending, you don't want to send it anymore, and you can stop sending it. That's pretty good. Now the calendar. When you open the calendar, you can have a whole year. Or you can go on a month, or the day, with access to the week. So if I can go back and go to September, and I can go to this year, I can scroll through the years, yeah, and I can make events like I could before. So I can just say, yeah, it's all basically the same with that part. And again, I can swipe away and it's gone, rather than having to double tap that and red cross every one of them. Safari has changed, as in you can now have multiple tabs and they'll look like this. So if I make another one, I can have that there. Go on apple.com. That will bring up Apple, but then I can slide through it like this, like a newsstand. Yeah. And it works for both orientations, of course. Now Game Center. Game Center has changed. Well, it doesn't look like anything it did before, like when it had the green felt. So now I can have a picture, I can have all this, see what games, has an animation, you can look at my friends, you can post status updates, yeah, and so on. So yeah, that's basically the iPhone 5S and iOS 7. If you had an iPhone 5, it probably wouldn't be that much of a difference, but if you had an iPhone 4, it's fairly big difference, especially with the 4-inch screen, and with thickness. It's very thin. And so this one is the iPhone 5S Space Gray, 16 gigabytes. Thanks for watching.